Hello, my name is Christina Alfisi, and I am here to interview for the special education teacher position. So I just wanted to go over the questions that you have asked to make sure that you feel like I'm the best candidate for you. So one of the questions was, why Valley Stream? So I did educate myself about your school district, and I found there were certain things that I really loved about your school. For instance, you have a child find program where you look at all the students and see if they have certain issues in a different subject area, and then you identify those struggles and find ways to fix it, whether it's small group instruction, services, resources, etc. I found that that was a great way to figure out which students have issues and not let anyone fall through the cracks and can be successful. You also have enrichment programs. It's called the 21st Century Learning. So I was reading a bit about it, and it was just basically encompassing like life and career skills and key subjects and all these great areas. And, learning all about like media literacy and creative and innovation. And it's just more than academic. It really expands so that the whole child can be encompassing all these different things at once and can be a great contributor, for the community. And I really like that enrichment program exists. And I see that it also falls into after school clubs as well. And also your makerspace, which allows for the 4Cs: collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking skills in the workplace and in the classroom and the library. So I really like that you offer this program. I feel like with students with disabilities, these skills can either be something that they're amazing in or something that they struggle in, that they could either, showcase their skills or learn something new to help them be a functioning citizen in society. So I really appreciated that you offer those programs, enrichment programs. So I kind of want to go over my teaching philosophy. I kind of jotted my notes down. So basically, my teaching philosophy is to obviously create a safe and welcoming and inclusive environment for all my students to have a sense of belonging in the classroom. We're not leaving any child behind. We're respecting all cultures. We're respecting individuality. We recognize that every child is unique with their own abilities. So we want to tailor instruction to those abilities and to kind of celebrate those differences as well. I want to meet students' individual needs by fostering their growth mindset, which encourages them to, see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as barriers. I always like to challenge my students and set those high expectations because they always seem to impress me and rise to the challenge. I aim to develop not just academic skills, but also social emotional skills, life skills, especially with students with disabilities. Unfortunately, many of them may only be able to do certain skills, do certain jobs, may only be able to contribute a certain amount, which is great. We want to celebrate those achievements and make sure that they are capable to do as much as they are capable to do. We don't want to hold them back. We want to teach them as much as possible. We want to advocate for the needs of the special education students and, really inform those of their challenges and raise that awareness for their challenges so that everyone can have an understanding, even in the general education classrooms, and collaborate with the parents and, stakeholders of the students. That's really important. Consistent collaboration. And lastly, seeking professional development for myself to constantly learn. And I'm a constant and consistent learner. I always want to get certifications or professional development to learn about the new things that are out in not only the special education world, but also in education in general. And I feel like my philosophy aligns with Valley Stream's mission, which is to have students be active, culturally responsive, respectful, lifelong learners. I feel like all the things I said kind of ties into all of that. And I'm sure that yours is more in depth, and I just feel like it really aligns with my philosophy, which makes me a great fit. What sets me apart from other candidates is that I have a wealth of experience. I have taught in general education, inclusion classrooms, self-contained classrooms, from higher functioning to self-contained 611, where they're moderate to severe disabilities using AAC devices. And we're working on life skills, ADLs, and, very foundational academic skills using a variety of app software to make sure that they're gaining an accessible education. And I feel like having those experiences, along with, having ABA training, tutoring, dyslexic students, AIS groups, and I've done Fountas and Pinnell guided reading groups, really has allowed me to think of different instructional strategies, differentiated methods, differentiated materials, and modified materials for the classroom for all types of subjects. I had to do that in my Evergreen Charter School experience. So that was a really great experience to have. So why did I choose special education? So to be quite honest with you, when I first started for my teaching degree doing that observations, I really was drawn to general education at first. I had no idea about special education. I was young, didn't know much. And as I observed and student taught, I realized my love for special education was just there. It was like a magnet calling to me. And I had made it my life's mission to be a special educator, to be an educated special educator. I have 2 special needs sons, so I have sat in their therapies and learned everything I could to bring to my classroom as well. So I learned from them, I learned from my students, I learned from my families, and I gain that knowledge, and I always, bring it back. So I really feel like that's why I chose special education and why that would make me a great candidate for you. Ways I can communicate and collaborate with my support staff on a regular basis is basically I create student, team, and child study meetings when either issues arise. We have to go over their IEP and understand goals and academic and social emotional goals, and what strategies we're going to use. And that includes behavior, whether, we have to watch out for different behavior issues and struggles, and what strategies, tier 1, tier 2, and, possibly an FBA and BIP to follow, and just plan all that along as we go on. We want to make sure that the team understands the goals and what strategies we are using across the table so that we are consistent. Collaborative planning. So we will meet and plan on different ways we are going to approach things, plan for different meetings to discuss, updates or communication with the families, everything like that. And we keep that open line of communication, and we create a feedback system, whether it's through email, a technological app that allows us to discuss through HIPAA security. So anything that allows us to have a secure access to each other without it violating HIPAA is what we, try to do. And we utilize different technologies with the students to not only see how we can help them and bring that to the meeting table, but also with each other to create meetings or notes or things like that. And we always want to respect and recognize each other as professionals and some educators in different areas, whether it's speech, OT, PT, myself, psych, or social work. So, understanding that we all went to school for a really long time and have those abilities is important. And to set high expectations for the students is, I feel like I take an evaluation to the students, and, we set goals, but I always want to rise those goals to a higher level or try different skills that I think the student may be great in and just not be able to, do in the moment, but could possibly gain access and success to by the end of the year. And I feel like they always rise to the challenge most times, and they really tend to surprise you. So for instance, I had a nonverbal child, not recognize his name at all, not recognize letters. And by the end of the year, he's not only able to recognize his name in a field of, let's say, 8 names, but he's able to spell his name as well. Through imitation and in prompt speech that I use, as well as the speech therapist, as that was a strategy we decided to use together. And the instructional moves that I usually use is small group and large group instruction, center-based learning. Individualized work is important in those lower self-contained classrooms, and a multisensory approach and tools to inspire engagement. So that is a little bit about me, and I hope that you are able to contact me to find a little bit more to learn about my love and education in special ed. Thank you so much. Have a great day.